completed my fringe. I went ahead and did one pass of there and back of plain weave. Now I'm going to show you how to finish. There's many different ways to finish, but I'm going to show you how I finish my plain weave. So I'm going to go ahead and weave about into the middle again, and that's to conceal the tails from sticking out on the sides. And then I'm just going to go ahead and pull down my last row of plain weave, and I'm going to weave into that just a little bit. And what that does is that means that I've just made the final row of plain weave is complete. There's no holes in it. And that'll be nice when I tie it off. So now what you're going to do, now that our weaving is complete in all its glory, we're going to take it off the loom. So I recommend weaving till you have about 2 inches of warp thread left. So if I were you, I would weave all the way down to about here, and that gives us enough room to knot, but I stopped a little early. So you're just going to cut the bottom warp threads in groups of 2. Just sort of be careful to leave them in place. We're not doing anything with the top warp threads yet. We're just cutting the bottom. And the fact that you all tied on and off on the same side is going to come in handy right about now. Okay, so because we tied on and off on the same side, we have an even number of warp threads that we're working with. And we also have all of our knots are going to be on the bottom of the loom. So in pairs of 2, you'll just tie a knot, any kind you want. I'll tie a double knot. And you don't need to tie it, you don't need to pull tight to cinch the bottom. It just needs to be secure. So you'll go ahead and knot these all the way across. I'm going to do it quickly. You could do it in pairs of 2, you could do it in pairs of 4. I'll do it in pairs of 4, so you don't have to watch me tie knots. For too long, okay. Now all of these are going to be concealed by the fringe. Almost done, almost done. Thank you for your patience. You can fast forward through this part. If I knew how to make a video go and fast forward, that's what I would do right now. But I don't have that ability, sorry. Okay, last one. Knot, knot. Then you can go ahead and trim these. Now what you're going to do is just carefully lift off the weaving from the loom. And you'll have all of these nice loops, which we want to preserve because we're going to hang a dowel. We're going to put a dowel in them. So again, I'm using my trusty paintbrush. Pretend this is your dowel. You're just going to insert it through those loops, going under and over each loop. I'm going to start at the beginning, under and over each loop. Until you've gone all the way across. Careful, careful. Beautiful. Then if you want to finesse it, you can kind of push up those first plain weaves so that it sits tight against your dowel. Now you have a beautiful weaving that has a lot of tails sticking out of it. Some people like that. What you can do to conceal it is just go ahead and put your needle onto it and poke it back. You can do that with each one. Or if you want to just use the sharp end of your needle and poke them through, you can do it that way. And then once you've completed that, you're all done. You can hang it on the wall. With these guys that are right on the edge there, that can't really be pushed back because they'll still stick out, what you could do is fold it over to the back, put a little bit of tacky glue right there, and that'll teach it to stay, and then you can cut it. I like a certain amount of tails hanging out. Or you can cut it, either way. Whatever you choose. Ta-da!